Hey, Lake listeners. Thank you for tuning in for more of the Grow, Thrive, and Inspire podcast. We are putting this caffeine to use with our podcast crew to do a fun wrap-up of Season 1. Natalie and Erika, are you ready for this? Natalie, I'm going to kind of turn over the mic to you, our fearless leader.
So fun. Good morning, Grow, Thrive, Inspire listeners. I'm sitting here with my team, my awesome all-star team. So I have Kaylen Banks and Erika Harlow, and we're going to do a rapid fire episode today, and we're going to recap Season 1.
Rapid fire.
We're going to talk about how much fun we had, how we got this started. I wanted to do a podcast. I wanted to get a broader reach outside of our area. I feel like we have a really great thing here at RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks. So this was a way we could share our culture with people in the lake area and outside of the lake area, and also so the culture of our company, but also our awesome community that we get to live and work in here at the lake. So
yeah, because who doesn't love Lake of the Ozarks, right?
Yes. So we love it. So I wanted to do a podcast, and then I heard that Kaylen, you wanted to do a podcast, and then we roped in Erika and Nathan.
We kind of just made them. We didn't really ask.
We got together, and will you tell us some about yourself and what you do in RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks first?
Yeah, so my position here with RE/MAX, I've been here going on almost 4 years. And I am the Director of Opportunity and Development. So basically what that means is I do all of our training for agents. I do a lot of our recruiting. Funny story, had the same idea or dream about doing my own podcast, and then I woke up and couldn't get it out of my head. So now we're doing that here, which I'm a part of. And yeah, so I kind of I'm all over the place with RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks, but I love it. It's awesome.
So good. So we got together. We decided we're going to launch this thing. So tell us what that was like on your end of things, getting this thing started.
So describing how I felt about getting the podcast started. I was really inspired by the potential. Because I wanted to, create a resource more than anything for not only agents in our industry, but for the community in itself, have like a one-stop shop for anybody interested in the Lake of the Ozarks, basically. So I guess that was kind of what really energized me to get the show going. And I got a lot of motivation from that. But other than that, I would say that I was a little nervous. I wasn't quite sure all the steps that we were going to have to take, so I just basically jumped in with both feet.
Yes, you did. And as with everything, there are challenges, because we jumped in, we just jumped in and went forward. So tell us about some of those challenges as we got into things.
I think some of the challenges that stuck with me was, nobody really knows how to start a podcast. I mean, there's several different ways. You can use your phone, you can use a computer, and basically hit record and go. But what I didn't realize on the back end was, you got to be very specific. You got to be specific with your content for your audience. You have to get the right software, the right equipment, figure out what's working, what's not working. And so I guess all of those challenges together were, some that I didn't expect, I guess, because I was the person that was like, I'm just going to grab a microphone and my computer and hit record, and then there you go. It's happening. But yeah, there's a lot more to it on the back end, which I know Erika, she'll be able to get there in just a second.
For sure. Kaylen, you did such a great job.
Aww.
You took this and jumped in with both feet and ran with it. Interview prep, sat down with every guest, and it was awesome to see it. Very, very amazing job.
Thank you.
So episode 1 is about to go live, and this is happening. What were your thoughts?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I was just hope somebody listens to it. I just hope it gets traffic. Like, please just somebody listen to it. And then I remember when it went live, the next day I went back and looked at some of the analytics, and I was honestly blown away. I just could not believe the instant, like, traffic, shares, likes, everything that came from that first episode. And it was awesome. It was amazing, to be quite honest. So
Very exciting. Very exciting. Do you have a favorite moment from season 1?
That's a hard question. I have a lot of favorite moments probably from every single episode, but I would say some of my favorites for me was to have the ability to do like our community spotlight segments, to reach other business owners, especially through the stuff that we were going through this year, COVID and things, and definitely help shed light to local businesses or maybe things that were going around in the lake or things that were going on with our agents. I think that has probably been some of my favorite things about the show and the opportunities that it's created personally, because being able to have people come on that you don't really know but leave with such a great relationship at the end is something that I didn't expect and that I just want to keep going with. So that's really cool.
Love that. Love that. You did a great job of going out, getting those people, and I loved our episodes. So in a little bit, we're going to go through each of those and just reflect on all of our awesome guests and episodes. And we're going to turn now to Erika Harlow. Erika she did our whole intro from the ground up, the entire back end of our podcast, and I think she is a very brilliant person. I know she and Nathan McKinney worked on it. We have to give Nathan a shout out.
Shout out to Nathan.
So Nathan helped with the intro, and I'll let you talk more about that whenever you want. But Erika, she's a newlywed, and she's done amazing things for our podcast. Would you start off telling us about yourself and what you do for RE/MAX Lake the Ozarks?
Well, I actually work for Team Jane Kelly, so I work under Jane as her marketing manager. So I'm more strictly just the team rather than all of RE/MAX, but I'm always been here for 4 years at the end of this month and leaving at the end of this month. And been a go-to for questions. I think I helped Nathan a little bit kind of figure out what he was doing with marketing and real estate in the first place.
That was very helpful.
Yeah, and I just assist my agents typically, and the go-to for the podcast. I had zero background on editing podcasts or audio in the first place, but we figured it out. My husband does audio edits and engineer work and stuff like that. So,
Thank God for Van.
yeah, if it wasn't for Van, I would have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about.
Well, you as well jumped in with 2 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Took the reins for never doing it before.
Yeah.
No one would ever know. Fantastic job on editing and really helping to make each episode what it is. I love our intro music, and you put together media every week for each of our guests, so we absolutely could not have done it without you.
Well, I'm glad it got rolling. It's live. I think I could have done a little better on a couple of the edits, but
Oh, I think you did great. It's working with this skeleton crew here, and so you had so much to do with the startup. So first of all, we're so grateful that you joined our team. So grateful. So once we got into things and then you started getting your feet wet and getting your hands on the episodes, what was that like?
well, I think it was fairly exciting. I mean, it sounds kind of nerdy, but the back end of things is where, like, I get excited about stuff when it comes to learning how to edit this or what sounds best or what, like, even to do with an EQ. Like, I had no idea what I was doing.
Where the magic happens.
Yeah, it really is. And it's like, you don't know what you're going to mess up or not mess up. So it's like, yeah, we'll try this. And it was, the same concept of basically learning anything new. You just kind of have that rolling excitement with it, and you try to do something better with each episode.
So awesome. So over my head. I
Over
try.
my head,
I
too.
try. I try to understand, but it's so over my head. So you're moving to Kansas City, and we're very excited for you, but we're also very much going to miss you. So we're looking at options of you continuing our editing, but we don't know which direction that's going to go. If you're not going to do our editing, which I hope you are, what advice would you give to the next person who will sit in your chair?
Consistency. Keep it consistent. I think I've kind of watched where, like, our beginning podcasts were substantially louder or substantially more quiet than, like, the more recent episodes that where you get in the car and my go-to for podcasts is driving. It's never cleaning the house or anything. It's always driving a long distance too, and you don't want to listen to something that has that bad quality. You hear somebody talking and you hear just a whole bunch of
Distortion.
yes, and it just doesn't sound good, so you immediately change it to something else, and I don't want to see that happen with your podcast where people are just like, nope, the sound's so bad, can't do it.
I think
Just
it sounds
keep it
good.
consistent and
Nice.
it'll all flow
Nice.
together.
Okay. Are you a regular speed listener or 1.5 or a 2?
1.5, I have zero patience.
I gotta figure this speed thing
I'm
out
the
because this
same.
is like the third time I've heard about it and I've never like set a podcast up, but I feel like that would be really cool.
Hey, it's great. And that's something I wanted to share with some listeners. You
Yeah.
get in the car. We do try to keep these consistently at a certain length so
Yeah.
you can do it on your way to work or on your way to show a house. But yeah, hit the 1.5 button.
Yeah,
And it's, what I was telling Kaylen, I'm a slow talker. So if you hit 1.5 with me, you get regular speed. Okay, Erika, as the season progressed, what are some things you learned?
well, I kind of got a better understanding of the program that I was using because I kind of just pulled stuff in there assuming that I would figure it out a lot faster than I did. I thought it would be a little bit more like their other programs. It was a cool experience. I mean, I would like to do more with it because it is as tedious as it is still kind of a fun thing for somebody with my kind of brain that likes the back end side of things.
Well, we appreciate so much, words cannot say, the hours of your time that you put into editing. So if someone wanted to connect with you, what's the best way? Just for marketing in general, or are you Facebook?
No. Email, probably.
Because this girl is a talent. She's a marketing guru and knows a lot of tech. So she's so valuable to our team.
I honestly can't tell you how many times I've texted her or called her, like, what do I do? How do I do this?
You and a lot of people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, we loved season 1, and
Yes.
we want to say a huge thank you to every guest that came on for season 1. I personally loved getting to listen to every episode. First of all, our agents in our company coming on, sharing what they do well, to help other agents out there and sharing what they love about our lake area for people listening who are curious about the lake area. I thought those were a blast, and I loved hearing what they had to share. Our broker owners would come on and give just amazing insight as far as our market and broker owner tips.
Tips that apply to everyone too, not just our industry, which I thought was super cool, super awesome.
Yes. And then our community spotlights as well. I absolutely loved hearing what they had to say about what they have going on in our community, how it benefits our community. It gives information to those outside of our community who want to know more. It was just a blast. So we're going to rapid fire. Kaylin is going to say one word
Get a dictionary. Let's go.
about each episode that we did this season. Starting with episode 1, Jason and Jeff grow, thrive, inspire.
My one word for this would be fun. That one was the first episode, and as nerve-wracking as it was still fun.
Love it. Episode 2 and episode 3. Then and Now with Frank Christensen.
Oh my gosh. Inspiring. That one was inspiring. That gave me the opportunity to really meet Frank and get to know him. And yeah, there's parts of those episodes that I probably will carry with me forever, to be honest. So inspiring.
I agree. Episode 4, Always Learning with Jane Kelly. The Jane Kelly.
The Jane Kelly. She is interesting. I thought that episode was interesting. Again, I didn't know a lot of Jane's background, so being able to hear her story and get the opportunity to know her on a deeper level was very interesting, and she's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Episode 5, Powerful Content with Carrie and Landry.
I keep thinking about social on this one.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, social. Both of those girls kill it on all of their apps and social media, and they just have like two of the best personalities, I think, for that. So I would definitely say social for that one.
Episode 6, Taking the Leap with Jennifer Wassilap.
Oh God, she just made me want to travel and like experience the world. And gosh, she also, I think that one, the word for that one would be humble. She's a very humble person to me, and yeah, again, another great opportunity to meet somebody and get on a deeper level. So humble would be that one.
Some episode 7, Being Intentional with Ethan Lee.
Hold on. It's Ethan's episode was really great because I've known Ethan since high school. So I would say Ethan was powerful would be my word, just because I've seen him come such a long way, and I'm so proud of him. So I would say Ethan's was definitely really powerful for me.
Episode 8, Becoming a Pro with Jason Whittle.
Organized. I honestly don't know how Jason does all of the things and I'll include you because obviously you're his wife, Natalie. I don't know how you guys do all the things you do in a day. Just organized and on point all the time. He is amazing. Obviously NFL too. I mean, who could not think of NFL? But yeah, organized for sure.
Episode 9, Java Tips with Mel Krantz, Natalie Whittle, and Evie Bogema.
Family. That would be my one for that one. I got a lot of emotion, I guess, from when we talked about how the company in itself is a big family, because that to me couldn't have been any more true. So
Episode 10, Becoming the Best Agent Ever with James Wood.
Can I say favorite? No.
Yes. You're allowed.
I love James. I got a lot from that episode, only because when you have a coach come in like that and you get the opportunity to sit down with them and dig deep, not only into them, but to showcase kind of what we were doing too, and to get such amazing feedback from that for me, myself. Yeah, I definitely have to say favorite. He was so cool. So funny.
Episode 11, Community Spotlight with Central Bank, Lake of the Ozarks.
Well, gosh, I don't know. Informative, I guess, would be a good word, only because I really wanted to get Bridget on and talk about lending, and not just with Central Bank, but just lending in general, because I felt like it was very purposeful for the time, and she did such a fantastic job. So I would definitely say informative for that one. That one was really good, especially for any community member, not just anybody in our industry. It was really knowledgeable. So
Episode 12, Fear of Wasted Potential with Kyle LeMay.
We've talked about this episode
No,
outside of work.
But I guess my word for this one isn't really a word though, but it's mind blown. He blew me away with that episode. And also I left kind of feeling disorganized myself a little bit. Like I wasn't quite lifing correctly, if that makes sense. So yeah, Kyle was, he blew me away. That mind blown. That's my word for Kyle.
Is it wrong if I think about Kyle when I'm making my bed?
No,
I think about Kyle when I don't make my bed. I don't ever make my bed, but I think about Kyle. I'm like at work and I'm like, I didn't make my bed and I feel bad about it.
I've had moments since that episode where I'm like, what would Kyle do?
Yeah.
Honestly.
When I edited that episode, though, it was like, it just was the perfect timing in my life to listen to Kyle talk about a story that I've heard before.
So good. Episode 13, Java Chip with Jason Whittle.
Purposeful. He, again, I don't know how he does everything that he does in a day, and being able to talk about how he manages his schedule and you're all 6 kids and just every single aspect of the day. Again, I left feeling like I wasn't lifing correctly or adulting correctly, and I had a lot of areas that I could improve on, but definitely purposeful and inspiring for that one.
Episode 14, Better Than Jake with State Farm, Marcus Sikora.
I can't use the same word, so I'm going to try to come up with passionate. I was going to say humble again, but I'm going to go more passionate because he is such an amazing guy. Again, humble, really, really cares about his clientele and the people within his life, and really wants to help people. So I would definitely say he's really passionate, and I got a lot of passion out of that episode. Also, like Central's, I wanted to shed some light on insurance, and I think it's a big industry, so I was really thankful to be able to bring that knowledge to our community as well. It was really cool.
Good stuff. Episode 15, Multiple Personalities with Kaylen and Mel.
Let's see, multiple personalities. This one was interesting. Which I can't use that word, I already used it, damn it.
And insightful you used, right?
Mm-hmm. Insightful. Gosh. Lots of intent, I feel like. I learned so much from that episode, and I guess my thing about it is I get passionate about the subject because I feel like it's something that everybody should really take some time and dig a little bit deeper with. So I think that one for me was kind of a big one. It was something that I felt could apply to anybody. So I want to say like passionate, insightful, informative, knowledgeable. I mean, I could go on and on with words with this one, but definitely a really, really great topic. And I'm going to keep on that high horse with that episode. Everybody should listen to it, in my opinion.
It is valuable. It's so valuable, no matter what, in your personal relationships and work relationships.
Again, going back to like what we were saying about Kyle, every single day now, I'm like, what's your personality? Am I getting a D? Maybe a C? What is that?
Episode 16, Oh Hale, Yes, with Sonia Hale.
She's so fun. Let's see. Encouraging would be mine for that one, because Sonia, she is one of those people to me, now that I know her on a deeper level, that has kind of been through it all, conquered it all, and came out a better person on the other side. And I relate a lot to that myself, so I would definitely say encouraging. I definitely left that episode going, I could pretty much have any dream that I want to have, and I could probably accomplish it, because she didn't let anything hold her back. So I definitely feel like encouraging is a good word for hers.
That's good. Episode 17, Hitting a Home Run with Ballparks National.
God, inspiring, thriving. Jeff Vernetti was so fun to talk to. I had no idea his background with his sports industry, so that was really, interesting. Like, how many times have you sat in front of somebody who has, been at Super Bowls and interviewed people of all different backgrounds and sports and stuff, and then took all of that knowledge and applied it to a local community? That to me is like the very definition of thriving and inspiring. That was a really cool thing, and I wish them the absolute best. I think that they're going to do a lot for our local community, so that's really cool.
I was really blown away by his episode, because I loved hearing their vision for the kids and their families in our community, and how the ballpark can benefit them, as well as all of those families that will come to the lake from other areas and be able to experience it, but really caring for our community. So,
well, that's one thing that I really loved too, was he kept saying, kind of like how he did this podcast. He jumped in, his team jumped in. There was no right or wrong answers. It was just bring ideas and we'll figure out what's going to work. And I love that. I thought that was so awesome.
Some episode 18, Jeff Krantz's Java tip.
Is that the market changing one?
Yes.
Again, knowledgeable. I wanted to give our community listeners kind of some demographics about our market, kind of what we're seeing, what we're not seeing, information that's relevant to our vacation or lake home market. So I would say knowledgeable and interesting. Gosh, I feel like I'm saying the same words, but
no, those were great. And then we have Susan Ebling coming up. Very
I'm so excited.
Looking forward to her episode. She has some awesome things to share. And I just want to reiterate, our agents and staff and community spotlights who came on the show, loved every minute of it. I got to do show notes, a highlight of every week, and just hear all of the amazing insight, knowledge that you all have to share. Agents in our company, and even some out of our company in our community, admin in our company, we are coming for you. We have lots of things that we know that we want you to share, and we're looking forward to that. Give us some insight on season 2. Kaylen, what's coming up?
Well, I'm really excited for season 2 because, again, we've kind of figured out what's working, what's not working, and again, it's given us a lot of motivation. So I'm really excited for season 2 because we're going to keep, those broker Java tips going. That applies to kind of everybody that in our audience. We're going to keep those community spotlights going. We're going to break down some of our momentum with our agents and give some really insightful information that can be applied to the industry. And then we're gonna kind of change it up just a little bit. As far as having more laid back conversations, making it more impactful, doing some really cool social things. I I don't know, but it's going to be awesome. I just know that. It's kind of like starting the podcast all over again, but having a little bit more to stand on, I guess. So, I'm going to jump in with both feet, and I'm going to see what happens, and I'm pumped for it.
Sounds great to me. We hope you all stay with us during our time off. We will be recording episodes. Take a look back at any episodes you may have missed from season 1. There's really valuable content there. And we'll see you in March for season 2.
Mm-hmm. And Grow, Thrive, Inspire listeners, we could not be more thankful to you all for listening to our show. This all couldn't have been possible without you fun fans. We will kick off season 2 in March, like Natalie said, so be sure to tune back in on Wednesdays or find us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Instagram, or our website, www.growthriveinspirepodcast.com. Be sure to also keep checking out our Remax Lake of the Ozark Facebook page for any open houses coming up. We're going to keep those open houses going, and they're usually posted on Thursdays for the upcoming weekend. We're going to keep those posts going, all posts going, and the information flowing. And remember to always grow, thrive, and inspire. We'll see you soon.